Have you ever looked at your plate and thought, asterisk, I used to eat like this for years. Why doesn't it work anymore? Asterisk, or maybe you found yourself feeling more tired after meals, your joints a little stiffer, or that belly just a bit rounder, even though you're not eating more than before. If any of that sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone. The truth is, our bodies change as we get older. The way we digest food, absorb nutrients, and use energy, all of it shifts. But here's the good news. With just a few simple tweaks to what you eat, you can start feeling lighter, more energetic, and even younger than you have in years. And no, you don't need to go on some fancy diet or spend hours in the kitchen every day. We're talking about easy, practical changes, things you can start doing today. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 common nutritional mistakes many people make after 60, and more importantly, how to fix them. These aren't about guilt or giving things up. It's about giving your body what it really needs now, so you can keep doing the things you love for as long as possible. So, let's sit down like we're having a cup of tea together, and get into the first one. Let's talk about something we all know we should do but often forget, drinking enough water, I know, it sounds too simple. But you'd be surprised how many people over 60 are walking around mildly dehydrated and don't even realize it. And no, coffee, tea, or even soup doesn't quite count the same. Our sense of thirst naturally weakens as we age, which means you might not feel thirsty, even when your body really needs water. Think about it. Have you ever stood up too quickly and felt a little dizzy? Or had dry skin, sluggish digestion, or even felt more tired than usual? Sometimes it's not age, it's just dehydration. Water helps every cell in your body function better. It cushions your joints, keeps your skin looking fresh, and helps your kidneys flush out waste. Not drinking enough can even make you feel hungrier than you really are, leading you to eat more when what your body actually wants is just a glass of water. So how do you fix it? A simple rule is to keep a water bottle nearby and take small sips throughout the day. Aim for about 6 to 8 cups daily, but don't stress about hitting it perfectly. You can even flavor your water with slices of cucumber, lemon, or a few berries if plain water feels boring. The goal is to stay gently hydrated, not chug gallons. Think of it as giving your body a little love, one sip at a time. Now, let's move on to another sneaky mistake, not getting enough protein, A lot of people think protein is just for bodybuilders or athletes, but it becomes even more important as we age. Why? Because we naturally start to lose muscle mass after 50, and it happens faster than most people think. That's one of the big reasons many folks feel weaker or have more trouble with balance or stamina later in life. You might be thinking, but I still eat meat, isn't that enough? Well, maybe, but maybe not. Many older adults unknowingly eat much less protein than their body really needs to maintain strength, heal properly, and support their immune system. Breakfast especially tends to be low in protein. Toast, a banana, or a bowl of cereal just won't cut it. A good trick is to include some source of protein in every meal. Think eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, tofu, beans, lentils, or even a protein smoothie. And if you enjoy meat, opt for lean cuts like chicken or fish. The goal isn't to suddenly double your meat intake, but to balance your meals a little better. That way, your muscles have what they need to stay strong, and you'll likely feel more full and energized throughout the day. It's also worth mentioning that protein isn't just about strength, it plays a big role in maintaining a healthy weight, supporting brain function, and even keeping your skin and nails in good shape. So next time you plan a meal, just ask yourself, where's the protein? It's a small question that can make a big difference. Now, let's take a gentle stroll toward our third point. One that might surprise you, eating too many white foods and not enough colorful ones, You know the ones I'm talking about, white bread, white rice, mashed potatoes, pasta, they've been comfort foods for years. They're soft, familiar, easy to chew. But unfortunately, they're also stripped of most nutrients and turn into sugar in your body faster than you can say carbs. Over time, a diet high in refined carbs can raise blood sugar, mess with your energy levels, and even contribute to inflammation in the body. That means achy joints, more belly fat, and higher risk of chronic conditions like diabetes or heart disease. The fix? You don't have to give up your favorite dishes, you just tweak them. Try swapping in whole grain versions when you can, brown rice instead of white, whole grain bread or pasta instead of the regular kind. Better yet, start adding more naturally colorful foods to your plate. Think bright carrots, leafy greens, deep red tomatoes, purple cabbage, juicy berries. The more color, the more nutrients. It's like eating the rainbow, but one that actually makes you feel better. You don't have to overhaul everything at once. Start with one meal. Maybe throw some spinach into your eggs in the morning. Or swap your usual side of white rice for a baked sweet potato at dinner. These little changes add up, and your body will thank you for it. And as we start to feel the rhythm of this conversation, you might already be thinking of things you could try or change in your own meals. Maybe you're remembering a recipe you haven't made in a while or thinking, hey, I could add a little protein to my breakfast tomorrow. That's the magic of awareness. It gives you options. It puts the power back in your hands. So, now that we've touched on hydration, protein, and the power of colorful foods, let's keep this momentum going. Because there's still more to uncover when it comes to nourishing your body the way it truly deserves. Now, you might be thinking, okay, I'm sipping more water, adding eggs to breakfast, even tossing a few spinach leaves into my soup. What else could I be missing? Well, let's take a look at something that often hides in plain sight. Asterisk asterisk, not getting enough fiber asterisk asterisk. I know. Fiber sounds like one of those things we only think about when someone mentions digestion or, let's be honest here, asterisk constipation star. But fiber is so much more than a bathroom helper. Getting enough fiber is like giving your entire body a gentle, loving tune-up. It helps regulate blood sugar levels, keeps cholesterol in check, feeds the good bacteria in your gut, and yes, keeps things moving smoothly. Yet many older adults fall short, sometimes way short, of their daily fiber needs. Why? Because we tend to eat fewer fruits, vegetables, legumes, and whole grains as we age. Or we stick to soft, processed foods that don't offer much fiber at all. Have you ever noticed feeling bloated or sluggish after a few days of eating mostly white bread, crackers, or noodles? That's your gut trying to nudge you toward more fiber. The beautiful part is that fixing this doesn't mean you have to overhaul every meal. It could be as simple as sprinkling some chia seeds into your yogurt, tossing half a cup of beans into your salad, or adding some roasted veggies to dinner. Even switching to whole grain bread or adding fruit like pears, apples, with the skin, or berries to your snacks can make a noticeable difference. And here's a bonus, fiber also helps you feel fuller longer. That means less mindless snacking and more sustained energy throughout the day. Your stomach stays satisfied, your blood sugar stays steady, and your gut stays happy. Just one little reminder though, if you're increasing your fiber, do it gradually and drink plenty of water along the way. Trust me, your digestive system will thank you for easing into it rather than going full steam ahead overnight. Now, while we're on the topic of things we don't get enough of, let's talk about a silent guest that often gets forgotten, asterisk asterisk vitamin B12 asterisk asterisk. This one is sneaky. Even if you're eating just fine, your body might not be absorbing B12 the way it used to. As we get older, our stomachs produce less of a certain acid that helps pull B12 from our food. Without enough of it, we can end up feeling tired, foggy, or even depressed, without really knowing why. Have you ever had one of those days where your brain feels like it's running through molasses? Or where you're just dragging, even after a full night's sleep? Sometimes, it's not age, it's a missing nutrient. Vitamin B12 is essential for nerve function, memory, and producing red blood cells. And while it's found in animal products like meat, eggs, and dairy, even regular eaters of those foods can end up low if absorption is the issue. So what can you do? First, don't panic. It's always a good idea to get your B12 levels checked at your next doctor visit, especially if you've been feeling off, mentally or physically. If your levels are low, your doctor might recommend a supplement or even B12 shots. And if you prefer a food-first approach, consider fortified cereals, plant milks, or nutritional yeast, which can be surprisingly tasty sprinkled over popcorn or veggies. Giving your brain the nutrients it needs is like giving your car the right fuel. It runs better, smoother, and lasts longer. Now, before we move on, let's pause for a moment. Take a breath. Maybe even think about your last meal. Was there a splash of color? A little protein? Something with fiber? These tiny reflections can make a huge difference over time. Because when you eat better, you feel better, and when you feel better, you do better. Whether it's going for a walk, playing with your grandkids, tending your garden, or dancing in the kitchen just because the music moved you. But let me ask you something else. When's the last time you really felt hungry? Not just peckish or bored, but genuinely, stomach growling hungry? And just as importantly, when's the last time you stopped eating because you felt satisfied, not stuffed? That brings us to one more nutritional pitfall that sneaks up on people of all ages, but especially as we get older, eating by habit, not by hunger, It's easy to do, especially if you've been eating meals at the same time for decades. Breakfast at 7, lunch at 12, dinner at 6, without really asking your body, are you hungry right now? Sometimes we eat out of routine, or out of emotion, loneliness, boredom, even just because the TV is on and food sounds good. And if we're not really tuned in, we can end up eating more than we need, or not eating the right kinds of foods to keep us feeling good. So how do we fix it? The first step is simply listening. Before you reach for that snack, take a pause. Ask yourself, am I hungry, or am I just looking for comfort? Neither answer is wrong, but being aware helps you make better choices. If you find yourself snacking out of habit, try swapping it with something nourishing. Maybe it's a small handful of nuts, a piece of fruit, or even just a glass of water. Or, if it really is emotional hunger, maybe it's a phone call with a friend, a short walk, or turning on some music to shift the mood. Reconnecting with your body's signals, true hunger and fullness, isn't about rules or restrictions. It's about respect. It's about feeding yourself with intention, care, and love. And when you do that, eating becomes less of a chore or a coping tool and more of a joyful, satisfying part of your day. We've come a long way already. From hydration and protein to fiber and vitamins, and now, the way we respond to hunger, it's all part of a bigger picture. A picture of energy, vitality, and a life you feel good living. Because if there's one thing I hope you're feeling right now, it's that you're not stuck. Aging doesn't mean giving up your favorite meals or settling for feeling just okay. It means learning how to tune in a little better, adjust the sails, and let your body work with you, not against you. So now, let's talk about one final mistake that might be holding you back, and it's a big one, though many people don't even realize they're making it. I'm talking about skipping meals, or eating too little. Now, I get it. You might not feel as hungry as you used to. Maybe cooking for one doesn't feel worth the effort. Or perhaps you're trying to lose a little weight and think, I'll just have a piece of toast and coffee, that's enough for breakfast. But here's the truth, when you eat too little, especially over time, your body shifts into conserve mode. It slows your metabolism, pulls energy away from things like hair, nails, and even mental clarity, and clings to fat like it's storing up for winter. Skipping meals can also lead to blood sugar dips, making you feel shaky, tired, moody, or suddenly ravenous later, which can lead to overeating whatever's nearby. And often, that's not a crisp apple or a healthy salad. It's crackers, bread, sweets, easy carbs that give a quick boost but leave you crashing later. And what's worse? Consistently undereating can also lead to nutrient deficiencies, especially if your meals are small but not balanced. You might be eating something quick and easy but missing out on the protein, fiber, healthy fats, and vitamins that keep your body truly nourished. So how do we turn that around? First, let's reframe the idea of eating. Instead of thinking about meals as chores or diet traps, think of them as acts of self-care. Like watering a plant or fueling a car. You don't need to make a 3-course meal. A balanced plate could be as simple as scrambled eggs with spinach and a slice of whole grain toast. Or a bowl of soup with lentils and veggies, paired with a side of fruit. Even a hearty smoothie with Greek yogurt, berries, and a spoon of nut butter. You deserve real nourishment, not just fuel to get by, but food that helps you thrive. And if cooking feels like too much some days, that's okay too. There are plenty of ways to make it easier. You can batch cook and freeze meals, keep a few healthy ready-to-eat options on hand, or even share a meal with a neighbor or friend once or twice a week. Food is about more than just nutrients, it's connection, pleasure, and care. It's also worth saying, eating regularly, without long gaps, helps keep your energy steady. It helps you think clearly, move easily, and sleep better. It's not about eating more, it's about eating smart. So, as we wrap up this little heart-to-heart, let's take a moment to breathe it all in. You've learned a lot just in the past few minutes. You've realized that hydration, protein, fiber, key vitamins, and tuning into real hunger all play powerful roles in how your body feels every day. You've probably recognized a habit or two in yourself, maybe a skipped lunch here, a white bread dinner there, or forgetting to add color to the plate. But now you know. And when you know better, you can do better. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to overhaul your kitchen overnight. Just start where you are. Add a little protein to your next meal. Fill your water glass and keep it nearby. Choose a snack with fiber instead of one that just fills time. Every tiny shift is like planting a seed, and with a bit of care, those seeds grow into more energy, more clarity, more strength, and more joy. And listen, don't let anyone tell you that feeling great after 60 is unrealistic or too late. That's nonsense. Some of the healthiest, happiest people I know made their best changes later in life. Why? Because they finally had the time to tune in, to listen, to give themselves the love and care they gave others for so many years. You have that power too. So if you're still here with me, I want to say thank you. Thank you for caring about your body. Thank you for choosing to learn, grow, and keep showing up for you. That kind of self-love ripples out into everything else, your relationships, your mood, your outlook on life. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed any of these habits in your daily life? Have you already started making small changes that are helping you feel better? Let's start a conversation in the comments, because your story might inspire someone else, too. And if this video helped you feel more confident, encouraged, or just a little more informed, go ahead and tap that like button. It lets me know you want more content like this, and it helps others find it too. And don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on the bell, so you don't miss the next time we sit down for another chat like this one. Because here's the truth, no matter your age, you deserve to feel vibrant, capable, and alive in your body. You deserve to wake up and feel ready for the day. And you deserve to enjoy your meals knowing they're giving you exactly what you need to keep living well. Here's to living your best life, at any age, and every age. Take good care of yourself. You've earned it.